Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm going to share with you an AI recruiter that's an agent. It's designed to automate the recruitment process for the initial screening. So instead of recruiters spending hours calling through a large amount of leads and asking the same question over and over, and then manually deciding who should be the person moving forward in the interview or the next round of interviews, the AI agent will conduct the interview for the initial interview. It can ask specific role questions, confirm non-negotiables, evaluate the skills and the user's experience, as well as identify any potential concern and really understand the candidate's motivation. And the candidate can speak naturally just as they would with any human recruiter. And the system then organizes that information. It scores the candidates across the company's criteria, and then it helps the recruitment team prioritize, hey, these are the strongest candidates for the next human follow-up. So for this demonstration, I've configured the agent to interview candidates for a Class A driver position. So I'll share with you how this works. All right, so here I have my overall dashboard where I could see, hey, how many interviews were completed, application, how many positions, and here I can create any position. So, it could be for managers, HR, any department and role that you have can be created in here. So I'll share with you, for example, the one I have set up for Class A CDL driver. You can go ahead and set up any non-negotiables that you have for the roles. So for example, I have, hey, we want to make sure they have a valid CDL license. So I have the question that I want the AI agent to ask. Have follow-up questions like which state, what is the expiration date? Do you hold any endorsements? I want to make sure the candidate's at least 21 years of age. Do they have driving experience? So I have questions related to that, and these are non-negotiables that I want to make sure that they qualify first at the beginning of the call. Then I get into skills, and these skills are ranked. So for example, I want to make sure, they have a safety record in judgment. So I have focus areas. I want to make sure, what did they do for inspection, hours and service compliance, any accident prevention? Do they have weather judgment? So it has different focus areas. And then I have assessment questions for that. Like, hey, walk me through how you perform a pre-trip inspection. So different questions related to each skill, such as relevant driving experience, the questions related to it, reliability and work history, and I put a rank towards each one. So overall, if I want more focus of this skill, then it'll rank the user based off of the conversation and their answers. And here I set up all the questions that I want it to go through. I can also add any culture alignment. I can add questions too for motivational factors, such as, is compensation a priority? What was the reason for changing jobs? Any route preference do they have? What's the career stability? And I have questions related to that they would ask. And then also I have any red flag indicators like, hey, their CDL is suspended, it's been revoked, expired, willingness to falsify logs, candidate admits they're not currently eligible to drive, things like that. That would be just red flags to mark right away. And then any compliance notes. So that creates my position. And I can schedule out any interview for any candidate. I can choose the position that we have, the company name. I could put in the information, the candidate's name, the candidate's email. So then they get an email also going out to their email to join. I can schedule out the date and time. And I have an interview link I can give them, or I can also always just do an instant interview also. So for example, I'm going to go ahead now and share with you how the interview sounds. Interview link, I'll go ahead and open it up. And I'm going to go ahead and start the interview.
Hi, demo candidate. I'm excited to learn about your background for the Class A CDL regional/OTR driver role at Demo Company. To start, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Thank you for connecting.
Glad to hear that. Before we dive in, just a quick note. This is an AI assisted screening interview for a commercial driving position. Your responses may be recorded, transcribed, and reviewed by an authorized recruiter. The AI doesn't make the final hiring decision. Does that sound good to you? And are you ready to continue?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go.
Great. To get us started, do you currently hold an active Class A commercial driver's license?
I do.
That's excellent. Do you have any endorsements on your CDL, like tanker, hazmat, doubles, triples, passenger, or air brakes? If so, could you tell me which ones?
Yeah, I have hazmat and air brakes.
Let's see. Those endorsements definitely add valuable versatility. And
Thank
just to
you.
confirm, thank you for that. And just to confirm, are you at least 21 years old?
Yeah.
Perfect. Can you tell me how many total months or years of Class A tractor trailer driving experience you have? And was this experience primarily local, regional, or over the road?
Yeah, I have regional experience and I've been a driver now for 7 years.
7 years of regional driving experience is impressive. Are you available to be away from home 2 to 4 nights per week, as this position would typically require?
Yeah, 2 to 4 nights is fine for me. I was also curious though, do we get a break after like the 2 to 4 nights and then does it restart back up?
I'm glad that schedule works for you. Usually, yes. After being away 2 to 4 nights, drivers get scheduled time at home to rest and reset before the next run. We aim to keep things balanced to support your work life rhythm. Now, are you willing to complete the required background, motor vehicle record, drug and alcohol, and qualification checks to be eligible for this position?
Yeah, no problem.
That's great to hear. Now, shifting a bit towards your daily work, can you walk me through how you usually perform your pre-trip inspection before hitting the road?
Yeah, typically I make sure like all my buckles are in place. If I'm carrying anything, I then go ahead and check the brakes, check the lights, the windshield wipers, and make sure everything looks good and that the gas tank's full and we're all safe.
Thanks for sharing that. It sounds like you have a solid routine to help ensure safety from the start. Can you tell me about any issues you might find during an inspection that would cause you to place the vehicle out of service or reach out to maintenance before driving?
Oh yeah, like just if windshield wipers aren't working or hey, the lights aren't working, anything that I see not working, I'm telling maintenance right away.
That's a responsible approach. Keeping safety top of mind like that really helps avoid bigger problems down the road.
Yeah. So I'm going to end the interview, but it can go as long as you want it to go. This interview is like about 30 minutes of back and forth questions to really get detailed answers to then rank the candidate, which I'll show you. So then here we have the candidates. We can say, okay, which ones are qualified, which ones aren't qualified to move forward. But also you can go ahead and click on any of the details. So we can say, okay, yep, they had a valid CDL, they had endorsements, they were 21 years of age, and then what questions maybe they didn't answer. And so I'll show you another one here too. We have the non-negotiables and then the skills. So it ranks the user based off of the skills. So medium level, but the safety and accountability was not there. The user understands the importance of safety and team updates, but they admitted to not taking action when driving too long. And then it ranks them also by their culture, teamwork, safety first mindset, adaptability, any motivational drives. So the candidate had, they were seeking higher compensation and flexibility and work life balance, wanting this role because they're wanting better pay and more flexibility. And then these are some red flags. So the candidate had admitted to driving longer than they should have and gives an overall assessment. So then you have which candidates can move forward versus not with this ranking system and which one just completely passed or failed. Also, you can go ahead and view the entire transcript as well. And then from there too, you can set up where the user then that passes gets a notification of scheduling their next human interview. And any recruiters, different companies can have access to this dashboard also to set up their interviews. So imagine receiving 100 applications and instead of asking a recruiter to manually call every person now, the AI can go ahead, complete the initial interview. It'll rank them with the most qualified candidates. So then your recruitment team knows, hey, these are the users that meet those requirements, who's ready to move forward and can call those people first. And this system, it can be customized around your company's exact positions, screening criteria, interview process, scoring rules, and existing technology. So this can help increase the recruiter's capacity and create a more scalable system in your business. If you'd like to go ahead and walk through the full interview process, I'll go ahead and also send you a link for that. So you can actually communicate with it and hear what it sounds like. But that is sharing with you some of the background of how the AI agent works and how it can be set up, scored, ranked, and more.